I just came across a story on YouTube, and it's called Pandas. That sounds sweet, doesn't it? But actually, Pandas is a pediatric thing that happens. It's kids that have strep throat. And I read on this, it comes out of having strep throat. And so this is something that's being evaluated because they get strep throat and there's a huge loss of their personality. So they're looking to try to find out what is going on. That strep, for some of these kids, they said 1 in 200 will develop this illness. Okay, so this is something, and the conscious thoughts are about this is hitting the kids across America. They were, the way they see themselves is they were well adjusted, they were bright kids, positive, they were positive kids, and what happened was that subconscious, this is something with a lot of power overtaking it, okay? And again, overpowering, we have both kings changing their world, okay? So what happens with it? Rapid delusion, okay? They go into these psychotic spins. They go into these rages. They go into these depressions. They go into just, I mean, absolutely what's been brought on, delusion. Delusion. Okay? No joke. No joke. They go from being happy, well-adjusted, positive kids to this thing that's overwhelming, okay, at the top of the spectrum, rapidly changing to this place of, okay, just illusion, dark things, these things that come on and just overtake them, okay? I mean, they had these kids that they had to take them to a psychiatric ward, 4 years old, 10 years old, 4 years old. This stuff comes over them, and their whole persona changes. And it's not happening all the time. I mean, they may come out of it again and seem like they're okay for a while, and then it hits again. And so this is a burden that's affecting the whole world, their whole thing. And they don't know what it is about strep that is causing this, but it is a real thing that happens. Strep throat, you think it, you give them some antibiotics, it'll clear up, no big deal. But there's a whole personality change that goes, a mental illness that comes on these children, and it is not a joke. So let's keep the cards. Let's look and see, will they get a cure for this? Will they find a cure for this pandas? But it's so sad. You see these kids and they are just, one boy's taking a knife and he's trying to stab himself, and I want to get rid of this, and just attacking people. One girl, she had to be taken out of daycare. She tore the whole place up, and they attacked the mother. And these were really well-adjusted, loving, bright children. So will they find a cure for this pandas? I'm going to pull 3 cards on this. Will they find a cure? I need 3 cards. Will they find a cure for this debilitating thing, pandas? I mean, your heart goes out to these parents and these children. You have bright, adjusted, lovely children, and the next thing they get strep, and the whole thing changes. Now they've got a psychiatric mess on their hands, and they tried putting them on antipsychotics. They've tried all these, and it is not touching it. It's not doing a thing. Well, not a surprise. The first card out is this is something that's hidden. It's not something readily available. And it can have a lot of components. We got the pomegranate back there with a lot of seeds. So this is some sort of, this viral thing that goes into the brain and causes these changes. They're really tied up with this. Mentally tied up. They're going to, and it comes in childhood, okay? It's been happening with children. It comes in childhood. Let me pull a couple more cards and see if we can get anything else. Again, we're back to, this is happening across America. It's going to take a lot of research is what I'm feeling with this. Money. It's going to take a lot of money, a lot of research. Yeah, a lot of money, a lot of research. Going to have to put a lot of energy, but they are putting energy into it. They are trying to come to some things, but it's going to, they don't know. Okay, they don't have any information yet now as to a way to help this, to cure it, to do anything against it. Okay, it's going to take a lot of research. Okay, they have to take the lid off of this and look at it really deeply. No instant, easy cures with this. So this is not gonna, they're not gonna find a cure for this anytime soon. Can you imagine? People are now, they have COVID, now they have to worry about pandas. If your child gets strep throat, you can go from having a very well-adjusted child, happy child, beautiful child, to a child with just absolutely mental health problems of illusions and things just, a trigger, something triggers it, stress, the stress triggers it. Stress triggers it. Will things for stress help them? Would medication for stress help them? I'm going to ask that. Will medication, because it's brought on by stress, any stressor, and they just go ballistic. They start wigging out in this and just destructive and angry and just depression and off the map. No. They want the happy family life, but even the medication for anti-stress is not going to help. This comes on fast, really fast. And their happy home life, and stuff is in shambles. So this is telling me that, this is, it's not going to help. It's not going to help. It's not bringing balance, okay? It's a nightmare for these people brought on by this, brought on by strep throat. strep throat. So I'm going to put the link in the description so you can see this. I mean, it's something to be aware of. If you're a person and you've got young children or grandchildren, just something to be aware of, that this can happen if your child develops strep throat, that there can be a total radical change from a happy, well-adjusted child to one with very severe mental health problems brought on by any stressors. This is sad. This is sad. I wonder if they're having this in other countries as well, because I keep getting the card for the US. You know, I wonder if there's something in the US, some other thing. I don't know why I'm feeling like it's some sort of also an allergy or something, that there's some sort of I think they're going to find some sort of an allergy connection as well with it. I don't know why I feel that. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, but I feel like there's some sort of a food-based component as well. It could be something, you know, not necessarily food itself, but some sort of a chemical type of thing that was, you know, being sprayed when they're doing the crops. Something to do with that. Something to do with that, I feel, is a link also with this. Yeah, I don't know why I'm feeling that. Doesn't make sense to me whatsoever, but that's what's coming through. Some sort of a chemical link up to food crops that is also, that's in our food supply, that is also contributing to this, a contributing factor. Okay. Now they found that that a lot of these sprays that they've used on crop contribute to Parkinson's, contribute to these other things. So maybe this is something like that, something that has to do with things that they've used spraying crops, okay, that's gotten in the food source, which is a contributing factor to this in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this here. Thanks for tuning in, love and light. See you online.